on the other side of a pipeline task in Lake Ribiere, Quebec. Hello there everybody and welcome to another special episode of SnowRunner here at Overfed Gaming. I am the Overfed. We are here in Harbor, Quebec at the cargo storehouse, which is by the pipe factory, picking up a water pipe. They want us to go down to Lakewood, Main Street in Lake Ribiere and deliver this at the water supply failure site. Gonna be repairing a leak there, I suppose. So off we are with our Mercer K520 to see if we can make this happen. Now we got a long ways to go. Like I said, we are in Harbor, Quebec, and this on the other side of the pipeline task is part of the Routier Solutions Canada Inc. contract. Now we're going to make our way over to the main highway here, and then we're going to hang a left to a little shortcut down the side of the mountain, because we got to get over to the port where we can catch the ferry over to Lake Ribiere. Now there's a few different ways to go to get to the port, and we're going to take the one where we drive down the side of the mountain. Now it sounds a little scary and steep, but we've done it a few times, but usually with bigger trucks, with the more powerful trucks in our fleet, never with the little Mercer K520, but the little honey badger, he's not going to be outdone. So we're going to take him down that same mountain that the big trucks went down, and we'll see how he fares. Now we're just going to get to the end here and hang a left. Now we got a big shout out to all our subscribers and people that leave comments and likes. Absolutely awesome. Love having any input, and keep it coming. Now once we get on the main artery here, we got the turn off coming up just past the guardrail up ahead there on the right hand side. Take a sharp turn over just past this guardrail, and then the one more pole, and then we hang it tight right. Now we got a shortened flatbed trailer because the water pipe is only a 3-slot cargo pipe. So the trailer's a little bit shorter, so we don't have to worry too much about the off track. You know, the thing that we got to worry about is the Mercer powerful enough to do this job. That's what we're looking at. Now he's in our fleet, and he's doing the jobs that the bigger trucks can't do when you need a low saddle and when you're going somewhere smaller or you don't have a lot of room. So this in this particular instance, the trailer is a low saddle, and none of the bigger trucks have a low saddle. So we have to use the Mercer, and that's when he comes in handy. Now he does have 4-wheel drive. He doesn't have a lot of fuel. He's only got a 240-liter tank, and I believe he's got 40 extra liters on the roof. Now, might not be a lot, but then he doesn't use a lot either. Now over here, whenever I come through here, I like to take it nice and wide, so you don't have to worry too much about the off track. And we're going to do the same thing with the Mercer, and just see how easily he takes the corner, and where you don't really have to worry too much about the trailer. See, as you can see, there's no real issues with it. It doesn't drag on the rock. We got lots of room. We're staying pretty close to it on the track, a little bit overshooting it on the one side, but that's okay. And we're just gonna slowly roll down the side of the mountain here until we get down to ice level. Now the Mercer does go a little bit slower through deep snow like this, but then he's just a little truck. He's not that big. But the one thing I've noticed about him is that when you're driving him, he slows down and goes a little faster, then slows down depending upon what you're driving in. But he never stops. He never stops. Not yet, anyhow. But I guess I haven't pushed him into deep enough snow or deep enough mud to make him stop yet. So, but I haven't needed to do that, which is good, because that means that he's done everything that I've asked him to do. Now once we get down to ice level here, we're going to head off to the right direction. just up the ice there like that. And in a second you'll be able to see the port up in the distance. And here again, you gotta be able to read the ice. And when you do that, you'll be able to see your path forward. As you can pretty well tell where I'm driving right now, you can see where I'm driving compared to the rest of the ice. And it might be my imagination, and maybe not, but the Mercer being a smaller truck, a lighter truck, doesn't seem to fall through as much and as easily as the bigger trucks. Now, I could be wrong in that, but it just seems that way to me. And the port's just up ahead there. Now over here, I wanted to drive on the snow on the side here because I don't like driving in the crevice of the rocks there, because sometimes you get stuck in there, but it just would not let me drive up there. So I had to go into the crack there after all. It just kept my fingers crossed that I wasn't going to get stuck, but it seemed to work out all right. Now, if you're ever doing a job here and you're coming to this area, do not go straight. Go around this dark circle to the left of me right there. That is one deep mud pit, and I tell you, you go in there and you'll be stuck in there for a while. Really hard to get through that. So I always go around it, and either go around and go straight or just go up here. It's a little bit easier to go through and then just hang a left around this rock. Now we are running a little low on fuel, 130 liters out of 240, and we do still have quite a ways to go. Now the ferry is just up ahead here, so that's probably about, I would say about half the journey. So just to make sure we don't run out of any fuel, we're gonna see if the Kenworth up ahead here can give us a little bit. Maybe. I love how they place these rocks here right in the way of where you gotta drive. I guess I could have gone around them, I suppose. Go, full tank of gas. Let's go, boys. We're gonna be okay now as far as fuel's concerned. Anyway, we still got a few other issues coming up, but that'll be once we get off the ferry on the other side in Lake Ribiere. For now, we're on the way. Well, here we are in Lake Ribiere, and you know, I was so happy that we got this far, because I figured that going down that steep hill in harbor would have been the hardest part of the journey. So I was so happy that I made it this far. We're just coming off the ferry and we're driving along here, and I'm not paying attention. I know we got a little ways to go yet. We got to climb up this hill, and all of a sudden it just doesn't want to go, and I'm going, oh, okay, we'll put it down into the high speed of the low gear, and still nothing. And then I realized I forgot to put it in four-wheel drive. When you come off the ferry, it takes it out of four-wheel drive for you for some reason. I don't know why. You got to put it back in, and that's, I assume, with all vehicles. So keep that in mind if you ever come off there and you get stuck right away because you can't get anywhere. You don't have four-wheel drive locked in. Now coming around this corner here, there's a tree across the path, but you got, if you hit it near the crest, near the top, like this, it'll let you go. If you hit it any further down, it'll hold you back. And that's pretty standard for most of the trees that you see laying on the ground. And like I keep mentioning, boy, I tell you, this little Mercer, he's just like a little honey badger. He doesn't stop through the snow, and now we got to do some climbing. Now every once in a while, when you're going through deep snow or mud, or when you're climbing up rock like this, every once in a while your vehicle gets stopped. And it doesn't seem to make a difference what you do, it just doesn't seem to want to go. All you do is just back up a little bit, change direction, and for some reason it seems to be okay. And a lot of times that's a quick fix, and that'll work. It's just a thing to remember in the back of your mind. If you're going up a steep hill, because that hill was a decent hill for that little truck. Once we get through here, we just got a fairly straight section to go until we get to the city of Lakewood. I believe it's called Lakewood. I believe that one is. And we got to head down Main Street, and there is a construction going on, and there's a pipe out there, and that's what we got to deliver, this pipe. I really wish that I would have realized this sooner, because I've gone through Main Street a few times, and I had to go around a couple times and got stuck in the ice a few times because I had to go around. Had I known this, I would have done this job first. And that way it would have cleared a path. But like I always say, you gotta try and do the watchtowers and clear any rock slides, landslides, and in this case, repair any water lines. Probably one of your biggest priorities when you're playing SnowRunner. Having everything cleared and the roads open up for you, you know, gives you a little bit more leeway, makes it a little bit easier, because sometimes you have to use some detours that are pretty dicey, and they can get you into a lot of trouble. So repair, 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 and clear, I suppose, eh? Now, as we're coming around the corner, we are just at the edge of the city. We're not quite done yet. Now when you got to repair the water pipe, first you got to put the pipe into the hole, and then you got to drive over to the acceptance or drop-off location marker box, whatever you want to call it, the one in the yellow hashtags. You got to drive over there, and then you got to get it to accept the cargo, and then the job's done. But we got to get it over there first, and we got to hope that my crane will reach that far. Now I pulled up beside it and came in to the side like this and stopped about right here, so that my crane was right by where the pipe's got to go, right? Then you unpack your pipe, activate the crane, and now you got to try to manipulate that over there. But I don't know if I can reach quite that far. Now I gotta pull the crane back in a little bit, because when it's fully extended, it doesn't. You can't pull weight with it. You can't lift it or nothing. Even that far is too far, so I'm just going to kind of drag it off the side a little bit and get it free first. And, well, you got to try and lift it up. Why, I tell you, it's you got to pull it back in so that the extension isn't so far out. Then you got to lift it. I was just trying to do it in stages, but it wasn't wanting to go what I was trying to do. Okay, there we go. And then you want to make sure you get, I wanted to get it as close to that red hashtag box in the ground there, because I wasn't sure how close I needed to be. But as soon as I started reaching over, it went down real fast because it can't hold the weight because you're too far extended. So we just kind of managed to jiggle it around a little bit, and I thought that's going to have to do. And absolutely awesome. Great video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Hope to get you back over at Overfed Gaming to watch some more. Until then, you've been delivering a water pipe to fix a leaky repair with me, the Overfed.